So Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker only dropped the average blockbuster. So that means this movie is definitely going to make $1 billion box office. We don't know how far it will. It has passed here. So we have the actual box office here. So yes, the worst case scenario is definitely not happening. The worst case scenario for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is not happening. The $900 million to just barely over, just barely $1 billion that get documented is not probably gonna happen. Star Wars never really does well internationally. It actually is almost about to fall internationally below the domestic market, which is pretty alarming for a Star Wars movie actually that usually like, compared to the Last Jedi and a comparison, usually the Last Jedi is doing better. Okay, usually the Last Jedi does better. No, not Last Jedi. The International does better. So look at the Last Jedi and the Force Awakens. International sales did better for both of those movies, and that's gonna be a pretty death-telling sign here. Okay, a pretty death-telling sign. It still hasn't passed at this point. The Last Jedi at this point still hasn't passed that movie, and that's another pretty telling thing. It has actually declined against it actually has stayed the same against the Last Jedi. Stayed the same. Okay, because of the second Saturday, they rose in the Last Jedi by 4 million. It's now 7 million behind the Last Jedi, which is pretty bad because the Rise of Skywalker only has 3 or 4 major days left to actually start declining at the box office. So, and the Last Jedi had a box office head start, so that means Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker will end at 444 million or 450 million before The Rise of Skywalker starts falling off here. It's not gonna do Force Awakens. It's not gonna gross $1.5 billion, like some people are still saying. It will still gross $1.5 billion. It will still gross $1.5 billion. Okay, it will still gross $1.5 billion. Okay, you know, it still gross $1.5 billion. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, it did drop 31%, but the actual weekend drop, like I said, it's probably more around 50 to 70% because Friday sales include the Thursday previews. Okay, another movie we can compare it to is Avengers Endgame. Obviously, Avengers Endgame. Oh, we have popular comparisons here. Avengers Endgame is another popular comparison because Endgame also had that drop, had that big drop on second week. Endgame had that big drop on its second week. A fairly similar drop to Rise of Skywalker, actually. Here, was Endgame had a budget of $400 million here. Well, and it didn't really do too well in the domestic leagues. Dropped the same percentage as, but if it consistently drops 50 to 60%, that should be more concerning. Okay, like Tony Dark Fate. Okay, Tony Dark Fate dropped 50-60%, which is the average for a blockbuster, but kept having those drops. Okay, it didn't really actually continue doing well. It had a better set hold than the Last Jedi, but we gotta see how it does on these weekends. If it continues having those drop offs, considering that the Last Jedi came out a week earlier than the Rise of Skywalker, the Rise of Skywalker is on many holiday. Maybe people are on the holidays, maybe people are on the holidays during this time, during right now, end of December, on holidays, doing the going to the movies and stuff, and this is the only movie out besides Cats. No one wants to see Cats. No one in the right mind wants to see a movie about talking cats, creepy talking cats for 1 hour and 40 minutes. No one wants to watch that. Okay, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Someone actually told me that this movie's a masterpiece. No, it isn't. It's not even that great. Okay, the Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is at third weekend is here. So that means Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker is not doing the worst case scenario. The movie is definitely gonna beat $1 billion. Even if it's doing 30% of its money, which I think that's how it's gonna be. Like how it is, it could gross $1.05 billion at the end, which means it'll might still more of my predictions. It still might be worse. Still might gross less money than Joker, which is still pretty concerning because Joker had a massive international sales. Because so it passed Joker domestically. So passing Joker domestically, It passed Joker domestically, but Joker had a massive international take. Okay, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker may not even pass Joker. It may not even pass Joker worldwide, which is pretty concerning for Star Wars. Okay, it may because again, Star Wars is not a massive international hit. It isn't. Okay, it's gonna end above Rogue One, so that means it's around $500 million. But if it continues going down internationally, because you look at the last side, for example, domestic 628 million, international is bigger. They figured the Force Awakens. International is slightly bigger than the domestic sales. Even Rogue One, it'll do similar to Rogue One. That is the best, best case scenario for no, actually best case scenario if it actually passes the Last Jedi. The worldwide box office. That's the best case scenario. That is the standard scenario is passing Rogue One. Okay, we don't even know if it's gonna pass Rogue One. Okay, that's the thing. I don't even know if it's gonna pass Rogue One because after New Year's, which is in 2 days, after New Year's Eve, which a lot of people are going to go watch movies, this movie's gonna drop. And it's gonna stop doing as well as The Last Jedi because The Last Jedi is now gonna get its holiday bump. Start getting its holiday sales. We otherwise the Skywalker will already be out of the holidays. Will already be out of the major holidays. If we compare it to Jumanji, which is, it can't have more, I have to move Joker from here. If you compare it to Jumanji's legs, Jumanji's having better legs than Star Wars, who have fought, which no one is surprised about that. Okay, Jumanji the next level, not the original one, or the Welcome to the Jungle, the new one. And you can see that Jumanji has been doing really, really well at the box office over the past days. It has passed $175 million, okay? $175 million, so unlike Star Wars or Rise of Skywalker, Jumanji is having far better legs, especially considering that this movie came out, had a week head start. This movie had a week head start over many of these movies here. And that's basically it. Goodbye.